I gotta glare again? Alright. Welcome back. Or welcome to another video. I got this new mic and I'm just now using it. So I hope that the sound in this turns out good. Because I won't know until editing me sees this. So there's that. I filmed this video last night. And not only did I film the video last night, I also dropped the tripod, dropped a book in behind my bed, dropped my phone. My phone almost died, and I also had to move my bed to get said book out from behind the bed. Filmed a whole video. And mid-video started stuttering, and I think there was like 5 to 10 minutes of footage of me just not even knowing words. So, scrapped the whole thing and we're starting over. So anyway, I actually read enough in the month of January to do a January wrap-up, and I'm going to tell you about them. It's not very many, but it's enough to do a wrap-up, so I'm here to do it. And I have my handy-dandy reading journal here. And I think I've added a couple extra stickers. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. I mean, I can also make a video of some of the challenges and stuff in here. It's definitely not any of the reading journals in which are very popular on the Book Talk, TikTok, Instagram, anything like that. I am not artistically talented. I am artistically challenged. So we're just going to preface with that. But the first book that I got to read, started and finished in the month of January, was also part of my Unwrapped challenge for the year. So I wrapped a few books that you can't see that are over here to the side. I wrapped some and I unwrapped one, read it, and get to talk about it this month. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that. I'm sorry, hang on. Sorry, there was fuzz on my mic here. But anyway, the first book that I started and read in the month of January was Bird Box by Josh Malerman, and it knocked one book off of my I'm totally lying. I didn't unwrap that book. Anyway, I started it, read it in the month of January, and this was my first Josh Malerman book, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I think I enjoyed it more than the movie. If you don't know, this was a movie that came out on Netflix a few years ago that went really viral and a lot of people watched it. And that was around the time that I actually bought the book, was a few years ago. And it marinated on my shelf, if you will, until I was ready to read it. Mostly because I remembered a lot of things from the movie. So I wanted to wait a reasonable amount of time. Definitely wasn't reasonable. I wanted to wait a reasonable amount of time before I read the book so that they wouldn't be too similar, since I did watch the movie first. I will say, in terms of the storyline playing out, I liked the movie more, because in the book, every other chapter, it feels like it could be every couple of chapters. It didn't say that. I don't think there was a system to it that I was aware of, where it flipped back and forth in between like the House of Survivors and like the present day with Mallory, and it didn't clarify in the beginning of the chapter. So you could read like a chapter or two of the survivors in the house. Next chapter is Mallory. By herself, which it's from her point of view the entire time. So that's the only complaint I have, is it jumped back and forth, which didn't bother me, but it didn't clarify what timeline it was in until you were reading the chapter, and there was definitely some confusing times during that part. But otherwise, like, I really enjoyed it. And honestly, like, I cried at the end of this book, and it wasn't even, like, it wasn't cry-worthy, you know? Maybe I was having a day. But, like, the anxiety buildup, like, the anxiousness, like, the anxiousness, like, that I felt in the last in the last portion of this book. Like, when it ended, it was such a relief. Like, I didn't feel her anxiety anymore. Like, and I don't know that, maybe I was supposed to feel anxious, but I did, and it felt like a relief, honestly, when it ended. And I rated this book 4 stars, because my only complaint was really, like, the timeline jumps. And I feel like the story flowed well with said timeline jumps. Like, I don't think it would have had the same effect if it had been like The House of Survivors, then Mallory, or, you know, like, I think the back and forth really helped it go forward, because you weren't, like, stuck with the people that are hiding out in the house, and you also weren't stuck with just Mallory. So, I mean, you were, but, like, you weren't stuck in the same portion. Like, you saw old Mallory, the character, like, current Mallory. It was that type of thing. So, 4 stars. The next book I read was not a plan. It was definitely spur of the moment. I took a road trip, went to go see Zane in DC, and I drove 8-ish, 9-ish hours, and I primarily listened to this book on the drive back, but I rented it the day I left, and I got it from my library, so it was an audiobook, and I listened to it. And I started it on the way there, but I didn't really get to finish it, because people would call me and then it would interrupt the book. So I ended up reading or listening to majority of it on the way home, and I started and completed it within that time frame. And that was Daphne by Josh Malerman, and it was free from my library. It was the one that was most available. Because there was a different book by him that I wanted to listen to, but it had a weight to it, and obviously I didn't prepare when I last minute decided to listen to an audiobook on my trip. I didn't like this book. I didn't like it. It was okay. I mean, I've definitely read worse, but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't adult horror. It felt very YA. I think it was supposed to be a coming of age story. I'm not actually sure, and to be honest, I'm not sure how it ended. It was a lot of teenagers, so I feel that it should have honestly been YA. And maybe it was, and I didn't know that. I'm going to have to do some more research, but I was under the impression that it was an adult horror book. And also, I feel that basketball was another character. Basketball was the main character of the book. Like, that's just how I feel about it. I don't feel that I got any answers. I'm not sure if Daphne is a real person or not. I'm not sure if she was an entity. I'm not even sure that the tormenting, it's not really tormenting, it wasn't any torturous thing. I'm not even sure that what was happening to the girls' basketball team was a real person. I'm not sure that it was a ghost. I don't know that it was a copycat. Like, I have absolutely no idea. And I went and read the Goodreads reviews after I finished the book and was like, I don't really know what happened. And I kind of feel that many of the Goodreads reviews were on my side. So we definitely read the same book. But there were some people that really, really loved this book, and I'm not sure that I read the same book as them. But anyway, I really liked Bird Box in comparison to Daphne. So there's that. But Daphne got 3 stars, and it was an okay 3 stars. And then this next book that I read in January. This is where things got hard in my last video, because I think I tried to summarize this book, and I don't know, I forgot words apparently, but It is Leave No Trace by Mindy Mejia. And I thought this book was cute. I know it's supposed to be a mystery, thriller, suspense. I'm not exactly sure what it's categorized as. Because on the back of it, it really sounds like it's going to be a thriller, but I think it was more of kind of like a mystery novel, to be honest, because it wasn't like high suspense. It wasn't, but I enjoyed it. Honestly, I thought it was cute. I'm not going to lie. It was cute. There was a little bit of romance. There was a romance subplot in here, that I think turned into the main plot, if we're honest. And I supported it. I was here for it. But, I'm not going to try to summarize it again, to be honest, because I started stuttering last time and ran out of words. But what I can tell you is that a father and son disappeared a decade ago, seemingly off the face of the planet. They had been living off grid. The son robs a store and gets caught, enters a psychiatric facility because he is very violent, won't speak, etc. And Maya, the speech therapist, they assign her to get him to talk. And everything ensues from there. I was here for it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool, personally. I thought Maya was pretty cool. I liked her dog. Matter of fact, I wish we'd have gotten more of the dog, really. I liked the guy. I can't remember his name. I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, I thought it was cute. I was here for it. I gave it 3 stars, and it's not a Daphne type of 3 stars. This book was okay, but it was a good okay. I enjoyed it. I had a great time, but it's not one that's going to stick with me for a while, so that's why I gave it 3 stars, because it was average. It was okay. And I think I would read other books by Mindy Mejia, to be honest. I might even own one. I'm not sure, because life's chaotic, but there might be another one marinating on my shelf. If there's not, I might buy another one. Maybe not this year. I'm trying to behave. But that's where I'm at with that. So I only read 3 books in the month of January, but I enjoyed them. So there's that. Currently, I am reading the book that I actually unwrapped. The one that I lied about earlier. Yeah, that thing that I lied about. I just bent my cover on this. Okay, that's better. Currently, I am reading Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. A little bit of a change of pace compared to the last 3 books I read, but sometimes you need a palate cleanser. And I think this one's cute. I love the title, it's very cute. It is about I guess internet security officer is, I guess, hypothetically what Lincoln's job title is. And he has to read emails for this office. He works at night and has to shuffle through all of through a folder of work emails and make sure that nobody says anything inappropriate. And there's 2 women emailing back and forth, and he's reading their emails. So it's telling their emails, but it's about Lincoln, and that's as far as I've gotten in here so far. And I want to know how it unfolds. I'm not too far into it. I'm very, very shortly in, but hopefully you'll see me again in the month of February, and maybe I'll read enough in the month of February to do a February wrap up. And maybe I'll unwrap another book and not lie about it. So yeah, that's that. And I'll see you next time in another video. And if you want me to, I might do it anyway because I feel like doing it. I might go over the challenges that I put in here for the 2025 reading journal, but also like my 2025 reading challenges, because I want to have some fun with it this year, and I'm feeling a little bit more motivated than I was last year. So I have high hopes. But anyway, I will see you next time in another video.